Hi guys, Steph here. Right, today we've got for you a very interesting pen. It's rather a mystery pen. Okay, now for you eagle-eyed viewers and regular viewers, you would have seen this pen in one of my recent pen hauls. Here it is. There you go. You can see a lovely pen, a oversized pen as well. And I don't know if you can see there, it's actually got the wrong cap to it. But what we need to do is, well, give it a little bit of work. And after that little bit of work, here's the pen in question. As I said, this is a little bit of a mystery to me because, well, first of all, let's show you the barrel imprint. Okay, now, if I can find it somewhere, there it is, I think. Is it there? But the barrel imprint just simply reads EWH London, and then underneath it says number 41. Let's maybe give you a different angle. Now we need to sort of catch the light a little bit on it, I think. But either way, there we have it. EWH London number 41. So, who's EWH of London? Is it the model number 41? I'm not too sure. I've done a lot of homework. I can't find any information on it. So this is where you people can help me out, hopefully. If there's anybody out there that knows anything about EWH London or anything about this particular pen, then please help us all out. Leave a comment below. Leave us any detail that you may know down below. Okay, so the only thing that I can sort of tell you, the person I bought it from, she said it was a rare pen. I've actually shown it to a couple of pen dealers. They've also said it's a rare pen, but nobody's told me anything else about the pen. Who made it? Who's EWH? I do not know, and I'd like to find out, and I'm sure you people out there would like to know as well. Okay, so anybody has any information, please, down below, get in touch. So what we've got is an EWH London number 41. Now, for me personally, I'm wondering, because in the early 1900s, there was a Parker number 41 eyedropper pen, which was quite a large pen, a rare pen as well. And size-wise, this is very similar in that from the top of the cap to the bottom of the barrel, this one is 138 millimeters capped. Around the barrel, it's a lovely chunky 12 millimeters in diameter. So very similar measurements to the rare Parker number 41 eyedropper pen. Now, I've seen the 41 eyedropper pens, but I've seen them with, you know, very attractive overlays on them. But is this a Parker 41 by the fact that it has number 41 on the barrel imprint? And was it made for, or in them days, basically, there was a, you know, pen manufacturers made pens for other dealers, for retail stores, for companies, etc. So there's a lot of sort of major manufacturers making pens for other people. So is this the case with this pen? Is it a Parker 41 made for EWH of London? Okay, and they actually put the model number, the number 41, to identify the model. But who is EWH? Was that a retailer? I do not know. So once again, anybody out there, if you've got any information, if you can be of help, that would be very much appreciated. Okay, let's go into the pen. So we've given you the size. It's an oversized fountain pen, which very unusual in my opinion. I've not seen an oversized pen like this. We'll show you in a moment. This is an eyedropper pen, which makes it very unusual. Dating it, I would date it very early 1900s. Before, I would say 1920s, 1930s, when the eyedropper pens were sort of phased out. So, yeah, I would say very early 1900. You can see it's got two of these gold bands. And if we show you them close up there, it's got a lovely imprint, as you can see on the bands. And it reads 18 karat rolled gold. Okay, I may have it upside down, I don't know, but you can see there nice and clearly 18 karat rolled gold. So two lovely rolled gold bands. And as we've said, a oversized pen. You'll notice the cap is slightly different now. The reason being, as I mentioned in my previous video, it came with the wrong cap. The cap that was on it had a thread on it, and I believe the cap that was on it was from a safety pen. So I asked a colleague, a pen chap, could you make me a new cap for the pen? And that's what he's done for me. So as you can see, we've had a new cap made specifically for the pen. It's a friction fit cap, as you can see there. Let's show you the pen. Numerous different angles. It's a very handsome pen, in my opinion. Okay. As we've mentioned, it's a lovely oversized pen as well. Even with my large hands, this still feels quite a large pen. Okay. Now, let's go up to the section. You can see the section is quite short, okay, which again is very similar to the rare Parker 41 eyedropper. And then if we take you up to the nib, look at that, a lovely, large, once again, oversized nib. And this is a warranted 14 karat gold nib. And to give you an idea of the size of the nib, let me just get this little nib here. Okay, this is a Swan number 4 nib, which is a large nib. But if I put it side by side for comparison, look at the size. Look at the size of that nib. It's a lovely large nib. So as I said, the Swan number 4 is a large nib, but this one is even larger. Okay, so there's a sideways view for you. There's the feed underneath there. And you can see the nib actually wraps around the feed quite a bit. Okay. But what a lovely size nib. Now, as we said earlier, it's an eyedropper pen, which means what we do, we simply remove the section. And again, just to show you the section there for you people that know about the Parker 41, again, very similar. Okay. So let's unscrew there, and then what happens, you will actually feed or put ink into the barrel, and there we go. Look at the size of the barrel. And if we actually screw that back on for you, and if we bring on, let's say, this Parker 51, just to give you a comparison, let's pop the nib back, the cap back on. A little bit unprepared, but there you go, look at that. Okay, look how sort of fat this one is compared with a standard Parker 51. So you can clearly see this eyedropper is, yeah, simply, in my opinion, a lovely oversized pen. Now, I know you people like to see these pens writing, so what we're going to do in this case, as I say, it's an eyedropper pen, and what I'm going to do is use a syringe to suck up some ink. So there's the ink for us. Let's pop that into the barrel. Let's I don't want to put it all in. I think that'll do us, I think. Let's put the rest into the bottle. Let's in fact, if you look, you can see that's actually near enough fill the barrel with ink. Okay, so that's how much ink the pen actually holds. And if we actually, oops-a-daisy, there we go, I'm getting ink all over the place. I may have actually put too much ink in, but hey ho, I've got it all over the place here. So let's bring on, actually, again, if I show you a modern day converter compared with the barrel on this pen, that's how much ink the pen will take. So it's going to be interesting because it's it's been fully cleaned internally, the feed, etc., the nib has all been cleaned. So yeah, we'll see how it works. One of the other problems with these eyedropper pens, if there's any gaps inside the ink, with your hand it actually warms up the air in there and it can cause what we term as burping. But let's have a look at this, what we've got. So we've got there we go, an EWH of London, and underneath it has number 41, and I'm dating a pen early 1900s, maybe 1910, 1920s. It's actually writing very nicely indeed. Does it have any flexibility? I would say yes, it has. So it has a flex nib. So let's do some figures of eights for you. So yeah, we're getting quite a bit of a line variation. So look at that. So it's got a lovely flexy warranted 14 karat gold nib, writing very nicely indeed. Now, although I say it's writing very nicely indeed, I don't know. Would you actually use this pen as a daily writer? Would it simply go into the pen collection? Because once again, I believe it's a rare pen. I've been told it's a rare pen. Unfortunately, I've not found out any more about this gorgeous, handsome, oversized fountain pen. So there we have it. If you know anything about the pen, get in touch with me down below, leave a comment, help us all out. But don't forget, subscribe to the channel as well. Give the video a thumbs up if you will. And for now, I'm just going to say Slava Ukraini from me and this gorgeous pen. Bye bye for now.